Matt, thank you. Well, follow that. 7-0 away, and what now? Anfield always expects, but rarely, if ever, in its deep, rich back catalogue of European nights, can it really believe. Liverpool, as Karius keeps possession of the European gloves, go by comparison with the romp in Slovenia 15 nights ago, with Klavan for the injured Lovren at centre-half, and ahead of an unchanged midfield from which Henderson is again rested, with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for Coutinho, his first Anfield start for the club and his first Champions League start since Arsenal's two-legged hammering by Bayern in the spring. So once again, militated by a couple of narrow league wins, have, perhaps unsurprisingly, picked an extra defender tonight. Frenchman Jean-Claude Billon comes into what looks like a back three. That's just one part of some pretty major surgery carried out on the badly bruised 11 of the first meeting. Pilar and Hosic only suffered the last half hour 2 weeks ago, and Bosnian striker Jasmin Masa. Back by Milner, who's done himself damage, played in towards Oxlade-Chamberlain. Billon got a toe in front of him.
That's the second time we've seen that, and I think Peter might be in trouble here. No, the referee's just had a stern word with him and let it go. And it was just a heavy tackle. I'm surprised that he's escaped the yellow card, but excellent from Billon again. He had to just get on with it. But this was unnecessary. 2 matches away from home, both in Germany actually, one at Bayer Leverkusen that same year, and since one at Schalke more recently. In by Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino! Oh, that is an outstanding save from an elastic veteran. Jasmin Handanovic had a long way to go and somehow clawed it out. That's a tremendous stop. I think it comes off the centre-back's knee last. I think might have been a touch from Firmino and then Billon. From Klavan this time is comfortably gathered. This is a tremendous stop. You know, 39 years of age, the footwork might not all be there, but, you know, he's got great reach because of his size, and he needed all of it then, yeah. Little touch from Firmino, Billon then. Cracking starts at Moscow, 0. Of course, that is a scoreline which, at least in the immediate term, puts Sevilla top of this group at Liverpool's expense. Alexander-Arnold, Chan can't get up high enough, and his header loops over. And that's a rare occasion that Liverpool have been able to get a man in space deep into the Maribor box, and it's a beautiful little dink, and just I think he knew he was always up against it, Emre Can, after the cross from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and he couldn't just time it the way he wanted. So just to recap, Sevilla, Matip, Alexander-Arnold, Salah, yes! Nifty finish. It feels overdue, but the cop of Julie sucked it in, and Liverpool have their much-craved breakthrough. Give thanks. Yeah, I just think it's a wonderful flick, and we've seen Alexander-Arnold in this position more often than not, in lots of space. This time there's just great whip on the cross, wonderful pace, and it just needs a touch. And as soon as it hits a greasy deck, it's away from Handanovic. Maybe on another night he might have got something on it, but Salah has had a couple like this that he's been unable to control, and he got that one right. Even if it wasn't quite off his foot, still the contact. Milner for Liverpool. Faced by Schüller. Firmino, that's really clever, away from Rajcevic, who's hoiked him back, and Liverpool have a penalty, and Rajcevic has a card. Well, this is just brilliant. He has a wonderful skill set, Firmino, and we've just seen one little example of it there. The little flick through Rajcevic's legs, a nutmeg flick, absolutely delightful, and Rajcevic just wasn't having it and kept on tugging away at him, and the referee had to give it. Now, Salah missed at the weekend, Firmino failed against Seville, so they've gone back to James Milner, who actually missed his last one at the back end of last season, but who converted 7 from the spot.
during the course of the last campaign, in front of the Kop. James Milner. Oh, it's a terrific save by Handanovic. And Liverpool's spot.
But Handanovic read it, cracking hand. Absolutely wonderful stop. And got the bonus as well off the upright.
Milner's corner. High from Rajcevic. Came down for Firmino, and Handanovic thwarts him.
That's another very good save. I mean, I know it's always easy sitting here, Peter, but I just wonder whether Firmino could have gone high, knowing that keeper was coming towards him. If he lifted that, good.
Moreno. Salah! Had to score.
Mo. Well, I think that tells you everything, the fact that he's slapping the ground. And again, irked with his attempt and getting underneath it as he did. He knows he should have buried that, Mo Salah. And
Can. Milner, lovely, lovely, lovely! Emre Can with a champagne goal for Liverpool. What a touch from James Milner. Beautiful.
Fast-paced precision, that's what's done it for Liverpool on this occasion, and it's sublime from Emre Can. You know, we saw him do this once or twice last season, and once he fed it into Milner, he was always kind of demanding it back with the run he made. And it's controlled, it's almost firmly passed beyond Handanovic, but it's exquisite. Absolutely exquisite.
That's how you pick a lock. 2 years and 10 days since Emre Can scored Jurgen Klopp's first European goal. As the Liverpool boss, he scores what is, in fact, his first ever goal in the Champions League proper. 2 against Hoffenheim in qualifying. Alexander-Arnold. Firmino. Salah.
I think it just took a little nick off Kaba on the way through, and it just slowed it down and enabled the goalkeeper to gather with ease.
Possession by Millet. Sturridge. Moreno. Milner. It's a corner. Heading towards stoppage time. Moreno. Sturridge 3. It's what he left off the bench to do. Daniel Sturridge has his first Champions League goal for very nearly 7 years. His first, therefore, in Liverpool red, in front of the Kop. And the cake is duly iced.
Yeah, and I just think that they switched off Maribor. They allowed the corner to be taken quickly, and once it was fizzed in by Moreno, I think a little touch very kindly has aided Sturridge's cause. And he's able to just set himself up to touch. The control and then the finish. But it was Rajcevic took it away from Schuler's head, and bang. Handanovic was never stopping that. And I think that is a much more accurate reflection on what we've seen overall.
Daniel Sturridge with his first European goal since the one that gave Liverpool the lead in the Europa League final.
Moreno. Got a bit of leg before ball.
Got there in the end, and ultimately in quite some style, at least with some stylish goals for Jurgen Klopp. Mo Salah with a beautifully delicate touch within the first 5 minutes of the second half. Emre Can off the back of a quite beautiful pass from James Milner to make it 2 midway through the second half, and right at the end of it, Daniel Sturridge from off the bench with a goal which will mean much to him personally. Jurgen Klopp remains on top of the group all despite the best efforts of the brilliant Yasmin Handanovic, who amongst it all saved a James Milner penalty. Little matter.